Hey guys, we're back. Another episode of Cheap Wine and Wins Basketball. This is Big Lou here. Hey, I am rooting for my Billikens. My Billikens, they not looking good this year. Oh, it's not looking good for my Billikens, but we're not going to talk about the Billikens. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to talk about two teams from Iowa. Iowa and Iowa State. Iowa, they're losing big games. They're losing game after game after game. They're not losing game after game. They're like 5-3. But they've lost. They lose to ranked opponents. But this Caitlin Clark, you talk about Steph Curry 2.0. They lost. She hit 45 last night. 45. She took like 4 shots. You know, they're playing in Iowa City. She took 1 shot from Des Moines. She took another shot from Cedar Rapids. And I'm not sure where Clinton, Iowa, I guess was the other shot she took from. And she's just chunking. But evidently she has to. Because the help around her, I mean, honestly, it's not a bad squad. But they just don't seem to step up in big competition. So, now, let me talk about Iowa State. Because, see, these guys play each other coming up. See, they play each other on the 7th, on December 7th. Iowa and Iowa State, big rivalry game. You know, Iowa State has a girl, her name is Ashley Jones. You know, she's averaging like, 20 points, 10 rebounds, right around there. She's, super player, super good player. But the player that I am enamored with, her name is Stephanie Soares. She's 6'6", from Brazil, 2-time NAIA Player of the Year. So she's a senior now, but she's coming over from the NAIA. And hey, let me tell you, I don't know what they're doing in Brazil. This girl can dribble. She can shoot from 3. She can go down low. She can block your shot. She can handle the ball on the dribble. And I'm like, who in the hell is this girl? And she just plays her little role. She's not standing out in the crowd. She's still like playing that role player kind of thing. Hey, let me tell you, if I'm drafting a WNBA, she's a top 10 pick to me. You know, I know there's some other good centers that are coming out in the draft. Boston. From South Carolina, and some others. There's some pretty good centers coming out. But this Soares kid, we'll see how she keeps playing. But this Iowa test, she should dominate Iowa because they really don't have a lot of height. They got some stocky girls who are going to be physical with her, but they don't have a lot of height. So that's going to be interesting. Missouri Tigers. I don't know who put together your schedule. They've got a game against UMass in Columbia, like at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Then they play at Arizona State. They got to go to Tempe and play a 1:30 game at Tempe. Out in Phoenix, in Tempe, Arizona. Who did that on back-to-back? They got a Saturday and a Sunday, but one's in Columbia, the other one is in Arizona? Get out of here. I mean, look, y'all good, but y'all ain't that good. Y'all only got 1 loss. Why put yourself in that situation? Who scheduled that? Who in advance said, you know what, this was a good idea? That's not a good idea. That's just not a good idea. I don't know what you're doing. Hey, this, right when I really thought women's basketball was beginning to reach some parity with some of the conference, some mid-major conferences were going to be, strong and more girls going to the smaller schools. One thing about this transfer portal, a lot of good players, they all gravitated towards the major conferences. And I'm telling you, if you're not in the Big Ten this year, if you're not in the, the Pac-12, if you're not in the Big East, If you're not in the ACC, or hell, if you're not in the SEC, the odds of your team going, you know, doing well in the tournament, I'm not seeing anybody in any of these mid majors that are scary good. I mean, there's some solid teams, but none that compete with these major conferences. Hey, I can't wait till conference play. That Big Ten, that Pac-12, that ACC. There's going to be war after war after war after war. Those girls are going to play some basketball. So, I don't know. You know, me, I don't know. I guess in women's basketball, if you have a lot of talent, why not take your talent to somewhere and be the star? We've got stars. There's stars out there who are content being the seventh, eighth person off the bench, who could be starring. You know, maybe it's a thing with girls, but guys want to go out there and be the man. Well, that one of the girls don't want to be the man. They want to be the gal. You could go places and be the gal. And I guess they're just like, you know, a lot of these kids are just happy, you know, hey, I want to be with a winning program, and I don't mind sitting on the bench and I'll cheerlead and put my little few minutes in, but I don't want the pressure of being the star. I don't know. I don't get it. But, you know, hey, you know, some of you, you know, hey, it's you know, I guess it's a balancing act, you know, balancing act. I like to win on being a good program, and I like to win, but do I like to sit on the bench? If I'm sitting on that bench and I'm looking at all these teams, you know, hey, there's some good basketball being played in the Valley. There's some good basketball, you know, being played in some of these other conferences. If you could take yourself down and dominate, go. And I think I left out the Big 12. Big 12 is a great conference, too. That's going to be a war. That Big 12 conference is going to be a war also. Hey, can't wait. But this week, it's all about Iowa and Iowa State. I can't wait to see that game. And, you know, we're going to see how far this girl's going to shoot from. I'm hoping she stays in the border. You know, she might be, you know, she might be in, I don't know, I know she's going to shoot from Davenport, but she might be in Nebraska before the game's out. I don't know. I don't know where she's going to shoot from. But if she hits 45 and they still lose, something ain't right. All right, hey. She won and wins basketball. Love you all. Peace.